This morning's strength piece, block B, we went 4 rounds, we had 2 movements, the split squat and the staggered leg deadlift. Both had 3 phases per leg. The split squat we had an 8 count per leg, the staggered leg deadlift we had a 6 count per phase, and then an 8 count per phase on the split squat. If you didn't have an external load, we then used a towel, just a normal swimming towel or a bath towel. Reason being is it forces us to recruit more muscle fibers by working against ourselves, essentially. So you can use this in place of any weighted objects, all right? With the split squat, like I said, it was an 8 count per leg. We get into phase 1, which is back knee to the ground, driving that front foot through the floor. Phase 2 was up just underneath the knee. And then phase 3, above the knee, you might have to bring that back foot a bit closer, just to allow us to drive through. Your staggered leg deadlift, our setup was you assume your squat stance. You're then going to drop your back foot so that your back toe is in line with your front heel. We then go into a hinge pattern. So we make sure our hips are back, front shin is vertical, and then our phases. First phase just above the ankle, second phase mid shin, third phase in line with the knee. Again, pulling as hard as we can on the towel, driving the foot through the floor. 4 rounds, 8 count per phase on the split squat for this morning. Your accessory work, you can do this at any time, catch it up. 3 sets of 20, we're going to go a cossack squat. If you've got an external load, kettlebell, barbell, dumbbells, you would then do 10 reps per leg. If you don't have any weight, then you're just going to go 20 reps per leg. Wide stance setup, turn the toes out if you need to, and we just follow the same performance parameters of a squat. Making sure our knee tracks out under our toe, chest stays up, and there's no rotation of the hips whatsoever. Everything's nice and square. We're just trying to strengthen up your groins or adductors inside of those quads. So, chest up, hands out, drop as deep as you can in the squat, support leg stays straight, complete either 10 or 20 reps per leg. The second movement was a single leg hip thrust. So we're going to lie flat on the floor, only the heel on the floor, so you're going to lift the toes up, knees at around about 90, and then from there I want you to try and flatten that lower back, squeeze the abs, pull the hips back up towards you, drive those hips up, squeeze the glutes. So we're targeting hamstrings and glutes with the single leg hip thrust. If you feel too much hip flexor, then that foot is too far away, there's too much of an angle on the knee, you need to then close that angle. If you're feeling too much hamstring and no glute, then that knee angle is too closed off. You need to then open up a little bit. Alright, obviously everybody's got different lever lengths and that will dictate, but the goal is hamstrings and glutes. It's a bit more accessory work, so we targeted a bit of the midsection as well as the overall upper leg and glute. 6 minutes, as many rounds as possible. We went either 30 meters or 12 walking lunges per leg. You don't necessarily have to use an external load, you could just do it at body weight. We just then speed up the rep. Alright, I'm not worried about whether that knee tracks out over the toes or if it remains, the shin remains vertical. As long as that back knee is getting close towards the ground, our chest is staying up and there's a bit of speed in the up phase of that lunge. We supersetted it with 12 V-ups. With the V-ups, the way we do them up in Joburg is our head stays flat on the floor. We then try to flatten that lower back into the floor, hands and feet stretched out, arms and legs stretched out. We then bring our hands and feet together, they meet in the middle without the head coming up off the floor. We then open up, make sure our hands and feet don't touch the floor until we've completed the required amount of reps. That way that load stays through the whole midsection and we get some adaptation there.